Hello, dear co-creative destiny weavers. Here's Airy Fairy Flowery, how I like to call myself on Fridays. Friday is the day for me under this topic of blooming and spreading our wings like flowers or trees do. It's the 5th chapter of my book, The Wyrding Way. And because Friday stands for today's day is the Venus Day, Friday the 13th, and also the day of Freya, for example, also known as a weaver's goddess. So I like to weave stories and invite you to reweave those together with me. So you can comment underneath this video or subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I've got a playlist of many, many more wise stories. And today I like to speak about this painting, which I've got out of this book. It's translated Women Who Are Holding the Thread by Thomas Blisniewski. It's only available in German. And I like to talk about this painting by Peter Paul Rubens, which is from 1577 to 1640. And it's called the fates who weave the destiny thread of Maria de Medici, Paris, Louvre. There you can see the 3 of them, the 3 fates. Here they are. And here you can see God Jupiter and his wife Juno. And this arts professor writes the following about this painting, which I think is quite interesting. So Maria de Medici, she was the queen and the wife of the King Heinrich II in the 16th century. And it was said that she probably killed her husband, and she also had a very, very bad relationship to her son Ludwig VIII. And so to improve her reputation, it is said that she gave the most famous painter of this time, Peter Paul Rubens, this contract to paint her in 21 different paintings and to show her in a really good light. And so the first of those paintings was this one. You can see the 3 fates goddesses. The first one, she is actually picking up the first thread. The thread standing for a life of a person. So she breathes them life. So this is Clotho. She is the closest one to Jupiter. And then her sister Lachesis continuing the thread. And the third one, Atropos, is the one who is cutting the life's thread. And so this painting is interpreted by this arts professor, Thomas Blisniewski, in the following way, that Maria told Peter Rubens to show it in a way that she is going to have a long life to live. And for that, the goddess Juno, she is like trying to speak to Jupiter. So his focus is away from the 3 fates goddesses. And in that way, but with the help of Juno, he lets them weave a long thread for Maria de Medici. Well, what I find so interesting, and I mean, these three faith goddesses, in Greek, they're called More, and they've been very influential for me to write the book, The Wyrding Way. Here are the three faith goddesses in Norse mythology, the past, present, and future. Here they are called Wyrd for the past, Verdanti for the present, and Skuld for the future. And today, because it's Venus Day, I like to open this conversation because similarly like to this picture, the three fates used to be in prehistoric time the most powerful creatures. They have been responsible to weave all timelines, like it is still like today with the Norse mythology, with the three Norns in my book, The Wyrding Way. So they are the conscious weavers, the giantesses, who weave all the physical world and universe around it. Then here, around this time, what happened, that the god Jupiter has crowned himself to be above fates. Like he's the one who tells the fates what they have to do, and he decides about everything. So this feminine energy has been downgraded. This birthing, co-creative energy of the feminine has been downgraded in this picture. And also his wife Juno appears to have only any kind of effect when she tries to seduce Jupiter. So I think it's kind of like double-edged sword, how to interpret it. And on the one hand side is the Queen Maria de Medici, who is very powerful. She's contracting the painter Peter Paul Rubens to rewrite her story, even though she was she received a lot of bad propaganda to have killed her husband and being a bad mother, having many lovers and so forth. So on the one hand side, she's portrayed very powerful and having a very influential painter, like reweaving her own life and breathing new life into her own destiny. And on the other hand side is the representation of these very powerful figures like the fates who have been downgraded. And I think it's very similar to this Venus Day today, which falls on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th received bad reputation. There have been movies, like horror movies about it, and supposedly it brings bad luck. But going back to pagan cultures who were still very connected to nature, 13 represents the 13 moons, like the woman bleeds in a year 13 times. And if we are like in harmony with the natural cycles, then the 13 is the feminine, the divine feminine number of the goddess. And also in Norse mythology, that's why I find the three Norse and Norse mythologies all powerful. They are still like this giantess above all gods. They're even responsible for the fates of gods. Whilst here, the history has been rewritten in a way then that the men have started to downgrade such powerful feminine energies like to fates. And maybe there are some people who know more about what happened to Maria de Medici and how she actually ended up in history. I'm not sure. I will look it up myself as well because I find it very interesting. and whether this powerful feminine energy has also been then downgraded in time, like it happened with the Fate sisters. But anyhow, because today is Friday the 13th, Venus Day, which has also come into like bad light, I wanted to open up this dialogue, what you think about this painting and the history of the feminine, and maybe opening it up to reclaim our power back, which we have as co-creative destiny weavers who are holding the thread in a conscious way. Because it's all about if we lead our destiny thread in a conscious way or if we are being pulled by others. That's how I see it. Yeah, I'm curious if you've got any ideas, comments. I'm very happy to hear about it. Okay, thank you for listening, and have a wonderful weekend and rest of a Venus day. And I'm sending you many, many blessings. And in Russian, благодарю.